everyone, welcome to this video. My name is T. If you're new here, I really do hope everyone's day is going well. So I gotta start off today's video by acknowledging we hit 20K.
Honey, let's be honest, I am one pair of lashes and a Louis bag away from being a complete bitch.
This is all so insane. I just hit 10K a couple days ago on Osmo Quinn sup. We hit 20K. Like, this is crazy. The support has been absolutely overwhelming. Like I said on Twitter, my heart is so full. I feel like the bitch about to bust wide open. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful, so blessed. So for today's video, I'd like to begin with a question. If you all would like to be so kind and try your best to answer. Why won't you let me be a basic bitch in peace? Why every time I refer to myself as average looking, there's always somebody who jumps out the friggin' bushes like,
She is very gorgeous to me!
To give you some backstory, a couple months ago, back when I had like 1,000 followers on TikTok, and by the way, I thought I was hot shit back then, okay? I was like, 1,000 followers. Do I call LA or does LA call me? I posted a video like, look at all us average looking people. You know what, just run the clip.
So if you're anything like me, you were probably considered ugly or average looking at best in grade school. And now that TikTok is a thing, I get on here and I scroll down my For You page and I see people who look just as unimpressive as me. Average looking people. This is our space. This is our area. Our time is now.
Shut up, shut up. I know it's a little cringy. I know, you don't even have to mention it. So of course there were some people in the comments like, no, you're not average. Why would you think this way? Stop identifying yourself. But even after I clarified my statements in that video in great detail, y'all know me, in great detail, people were still treating me like I was some kind of battered puppy who needed to be fixed with compliments. Like, completely missing the point of what I was saying. So let me clarify my stance one last final time. I am my dream woman, me. And I can try and sit here and list off all of the reasons why I love myself so fiercely, but to be quite frank, there are not enough moments left in my lifetime for me to get even halfway through that list. So let there be no confusion. I am the queen, the king, and the entire monarch of my world. However, I recognize that my world is just a small part of this big old universe, and in this universe there are other worlds too, namely the world of pop culture, the world of social media, and in those worlds the beauty standards are different. The ideal woman takes on a different definition. Now typically, racially ambiguous or quote-unquote exotic looking women, women with dramatic, oftentimes visibly enhanced curves and features are viewed as ideal. And more power to them, honestly, more power to them. But the thing is, I don't look like that. And of course, we could sit here and discuss all of the colorist, fat-phobic, and just overall superficial biases that have led to this look being the ideal. And there are people who are actively working day in and day out to dismantle and disempower these biases. But in the meantime, I am fully aware of where society ranks me on this whole hierarchy of beauty. And this awareness is of no detriment to my self-image. Anyway, even with all that explanation, all of those breakdowns, people still think I'm crazy for this ideology. So I'm thinking, maybe it's just that I'm using the wrong vocabulary. Like maybe I'm not articulating myself well enough. But thankfully, my God, not sleep. The other day, I came across an amazing TikTok by a creator named Alice. Her username is @PawnPajamas. How cute is that? Let's take a look at her video.
I'm not body positive, I'm radical self-acceptance, and this is why. The idea of body positive is that all bodies are beautiful, which is not true. All bodies are valid, and there should not be any emphasis placed on beauty in order for somebody to feel worth. Saying that all bodies are beautiful doesn't dismantle beauty, it actually just places more emphasis on beauty itself and makes it sound like you have to be beautiful in order to be worth something, which isn't true. Ugly and beautiful should be like neutral terms. It shouldn't matter what you look like at all. Your worth is not determined by your appearance. That's why I'm radical self-acceptance, because I accept myself radically no matter what I look like. It doesn't matter. I get the idea of body positive and I think it has good intentions, but I just feel like it's very disingenuous and not very helpful, and I just don't think it's the right way to go about self-acceptance.
This is the type of concept that I like to call a mind blower, a table shaker, a pussy punch. So what I took from that video was Alice and I are relatively in the same thought bubble when it comes to this whole self-love / self-acceptance thing, but she is light years ahead of me. And here's why I say that. I'm saying I view myself as beautiful, but also recognize that modern beauty standards may disagree. She's saying f beauty completely, or at least the concept. And I think that is so powerful. And constantly using phrases such as all bodies are beautiful, as progressive as it may seem, it just further empowers the hierarchy of beauty. And as I mentioned in my Saweetie video, depending on where society ranks you on this hierarchy, that could greatly impact how the world treats you, especially as a woman. So when we're constantly saying, you're not fat, you're beautiful, you're not weird, you're beautiful, you're not, literally insert any negative attribute here, you're beautiful. Again, as helpful as it may seem, that does not dismantle the hierarchy of beauty. It only further empowers it. So a couple days later, I'm scrolling down my For You page and I come across another one of Alice's videos, but this time she's extremely upset because Dr. Drew, yes, that Dr. Drew, was on his podcast with a co-host talking mess.
Don't you think she would be less prone to making this video if she were a hot, skinny chick getting laid? Let's be honest. And by the way, she is very pretty. If she didn't dye her hair green and shave it off, it looks like shit. And she knows that she's making herself ugly.
I ain't gonna
Insult your appearance.
because I got way more motherfucking class than you. But you know what? You know what? I am, however, gonna.
This is Dr. Drew's podcast, but the real culprit is this lady here. Her name is Christina P, and she's a comedian, writer, podcaster, and TV personality. It took me so long to really put my finger on what style of comedy she uses, but I finally figured it out. It's frat bro comedy. Didn't that style of comedy die out in like 06 with the American Pie franchise? I get the vibe that she's one of those people who either peaked or completely tanked in high school, so she's trying to either revive or redeem her teenage self by being a hateful person, all under the guise of, yeah bro, I'm just speaking my mind. And of course I recognize that I can't make an assessment on who she is as a person because I don't know her. On top of that, I didn't watch the full episode of the podcast, to be honest with you. It was just so boring. But what I'm getting at is all that mess talking, right? All of that bro girl business. And what was the resolution? Christina, what did we solve this evening? How did you prove Alice wrong in any way? And you know what? I could understand if Christina was trying to give Alice some constructive criticism because Alice was being envious or maybe detesting other women who prioritize beauty. And even if that was Alice's talking point, I could kind of understand that. Because even I feel that way sometimes, and I really gotta catch myself. Because especially in today's age of social media, beauty, while it can be very advantageous, it can also be extremely reductive. And people act as though your only purpose as a woman is to be beautiful. And as that beauty fades with aging and such, then your default expectation is to just become somebody's wife and mother, and that's it. As if that's all women are good for. And when I think about how limiting that is, it be making me want to pull my out one by one. And maybe that's why I myself used to detest women who prioritize beauty and would go to extreme lengths such as getting fillers or cosmetic surgery to achieve this look of being exceptionally beautiful. But then I remember all of the privileges that beauty awards, privileges that even I myself have experienced firsthand, and all those things considered, you can never really blame any woman for wanting to be considered beautiful in this society. But anyway, that was a tangent. My point is, I would have understood if Alice was being resentful towards the concept of beauty. But that's not what she said. She said, let's stop using beautiful as a default word and start recognizing bodies as what they all are. Valid, regardless of appearance. And maybe if this idea was more normalized, when I, or anyone really, says things like, I just consider myself average by societal standards, people wouldn't try to force feed us compliments as if that changes anything. People would realize that no matter what adjective we use, it has absolutely no impact on our validity. And maybe people like Christina P wouldn't feel so empowered to dismiss our ideas just because they don't find us attractive. I want to revisit the line where Christina says she wouldn't be saying this if she were hot and skinny. Can you weaken your own credibility anymore? I know of someone who is conventionally hot and skinny. Someone who has been saying the same thing as Alice for years. Her name is Jamila Jamil. Jamila Jamil has jeopardized her career and reputation time and time again, all in the name of self-acceptance. And I would even argue that she has taken the most aggressive approach I've ever seen from an activist / celebrity. She's called out everyone from Amber Rose to the Kardashians to Cardi B, and she's really helped me open my eyes to see the lengths to which these fitness and these nutrition brands will go to promote and normalize all of these harmful practices, all in the name of vanity. Look at all the crazy shit they got us doing. Drinking laxative teas, eating appetite suppressant lollipop, wearing bands around our waist that constrict our organs and make it difficult to breathe for multiple hours a day. This is not normal. It's borderline mutilation. And then they take these celebrities who they know we love and trust, and they pay them more money per post than many of us probably see in an entire year, and they get them to promote this stuff and make it seem perfectly normal. And why do we listen? Why are we so easily swayed? Because beauty. Because the power of being beautiful. So you see, Christina P., Alice was onto something. But instead of trying to understand her, you took the cowardly way out and tried to insult her looks, further proving her point exactly. And in your big age! This lady is 44 years old, and as someone who seemingly cares so much about beauty, she should know that one of the first things to snatch away your beauty and your youthfulness is being a woman who hates on other women. Let's just all take a vow to not be like this when we get older, okay? I also want to remind you, don't forget to do your research, boys and girls. This is why I'm always preaching in every single video, research, 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 because honestly, you cannot rely on people with a platform to do their own research and just regurgitate it back to you. Because in said regurgitation, they're bringing in all of their biases, all of their value systems, all their personal beliefs and opinions, which might not align with your own. This is a doctor's podcast. A doctor's podcast, and my highlighter head ass caught him slipping like this. Do your own research. And I'm no exception. You see all these videos I make? I'm not trying to teach you. What the f? I'm a college dropout. I'm not trying to teach you anything. I'm just either A, trying to start a conversation, or B, join a pre-existing conversation. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? A conversation. This is a community. I'm not sitting up here running my mouth because I want y'all to obsess over me and admire me in the comments. No, I'm doing this because I want you to talk to me. Now, if in watching my videos you happen to learn something new or change your perspective on something, amazing, love that for you. But don't let your research and exploration end with my 10-minute YouTube video. Don't let your research and exploration end with Dr. Drew's podcast, because as you can see, finish that sentence for yourself. And last thing, please, please, please remember that when all is said and done, the only opinion that will truly matter about you is your own. I know you've heard that before, but please lock it in, please. I'm sitting up here looking like, but I'm here and I'm valid. This whole radical self-acceptance thing, it isn't really for everyone. I totally get that. So just take whatever journey of self-acceptance that sits best with your soul, okay? Whether radical or conformist or somewhere in the middle, it's your business. You hear me? So thank you all so much for watching, especially if you made it to the end. Be sure to leave your thoughts and your comments down below. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, however you're feeling today, and subscribe for more content. I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye.